So now I believe India alone is consuming billion liters of olive oil. I believe we need to have 3 billion kilos of this olive seeds. You can turn around the globe 5 times. You cannot get that many olive seeds. So what you are getting as an olive oil is absolutely artificial oil being labeled as olive oil. Maybe some chemical is added to give you that smell and the color. Same thing true with sunflower, pure oil. No cholesterol. There is no cholesterol. There is nothing there. You just have mineral oil. But then we have used to that. We have got used to this oil in large quantities. But we needed the real oil. That girl which was poking the mother with the knife was given 3 spoons of Niger seed oil. In our language, Telugu, it's called Verri Nuvulanuni. Verri means madness. And this oil heals this condition of being mad. So within 6 months, that baby who was poking the mother on the nights and torturing her day in and day out, completely stopped doing that. From the time she started eating the rice, I have not talked about the 5 grains that we have figured out. Because I said don't eat rice, don't eat gehu, don't eat this, then what do we eat? You need to have something. And that was the food consumed by all over the world, not just India. Maharashtra, Kutki, Sama, Andhra, we had Kodo, Himalayan millet it is called. So there were 5 grains. In fact, all these are pulled as millets. Because they are small in nature, they are called millets. Millets. Milli means small. M-I-L-L-I. So millet. And also people thought that we go to mill this rice and wheat. They were getting this small grass seeds as they are called millets. In the mills they used to find. So both ways they named it as millets. And there are varieties of millets. Kodo millet, barnyard millet, brown top millet, little millet, foxtail millet, finger millet, broso millet, pearl millet. These are 10 that are still surviving on this planet. There are many more from various parts of the world have disappeared completely because the human race slowly shifted from the natural foods to industrial foods, rice and wheat, selected by the so-called scientific world, so-called industrial corporate world. So we are all being pushed into this food culture and forgotten everything that we used to eat. The whole world. In fact, Christ ate this, one of the 5 grains called brown top millet. In America, even today, they grow tons and tons of brown top millet. They are feeding the birds. They have stopped eating. And that brown top millet can heal any problems that from mouth to the anus. Any problem. Cancer of liver, cancer of kidneys, cancer of rectum, cancer of esophagus, it doesn't matter. Kodo millet. Any disease connected to the blood and the bone marrow, it can cure. Foxtail millet. Any disease connected to lungs and nerves, it can cure. Little millet. Any disease connected to your regenerative systems, that is ovaries, uterus, breasts, in the females and in the males, production of sperms, all that connected diseases. What it means is that these grains have got some extra material that can clean up these systems in our body. So if you eat foxtail millet, 2 days, 6 meals, the fiber content in this grain is 8%, whereas in wheat it is 1.2, and then you polish it, you remove it, you bleach it to make it atta. In this process you produce some chemical called alloxan, which is actually killing the pancreas directly, and then you start becoming diabetic. So in fact, this is one of the reasons why there are too many diabetic patients in the world, because the time we started eating wheat, slowly and steadily the numbers started increasing. So the more you eat wheat, the more diabetic patients you produce. The more you eat rice, as I told you, rice dumps glucose in large quantities in 15-20 minutes because it has no fiber at all, 0.2%, that's all. And that we polish and eat only the carbohydrate, which cannot hold the release of glucose, which should be released slowly and steadily if there was enough fiber holding the carbohydrate by layer. It doesn't have. That's why it releases glucose in large quantities into your blood. So now the blood is flooded with glucose. It has to deal with this extra glucose, because beyond 5 grams in the total blood stream, it is excess. So the liver, the spleen, other endocrine glands start working over time and produce cholesterol, triglycerides, rheumatic factor, and meat, fat, glycogen. All these things that are not meant to be there in the blood starts increasing because you are dumping glucose in large quantities by eating rice and wheat. On top of it is, if it is not enough, we are consuming a lot of sugar in the form of sweets. So tons of sugar, what I mean is almost 150 grams an average human being is consuming on a daily basis. But what do we need? If you want to burn 5 grams of glucose, you need to walk 1.5 hours. But we are taking 150 grams. That means if you want to burn it, how many hours do we walk? Almost 30 hours. We have only 24 hours. But do we walk? We have stopped walking. No one walks. Actually, average walking distance in 1950. So you actually have no problem. You can afford, because you can transfer that money to this. And the cost is not much. As the people think, it is 100 rupees kilo and this is 30 rupees kilo rice or gehu. But then, as I told you, if you bigo ko khana pakane se, you are getting 10 times, that is 3 to 4 times more food. So 1 kilo gives you 10 meals. Here 1 kilo gives you 3 or 4 meals. So on that basis calculation itself, it's not costly. It just evens out. And once you start eating, because it is evened out, that means instead of 2 kilos or 3 kilos rice, you need only 1 kilo of this. So it is only when you say, oh, it is 100 rupees kilo, you think it is costly. But then when you cook and eat, it's evening out. And first thing is that. The second thing is, within 3 to 5 weeks, you start reducing your medicine costs. And that becomes much cheaper. And after all, you want to be healthy. What if you keep eating rice and go on to the doctors all the time? You want to get out of that, isn't it? So you need to make that initial effort. See, you are willing to take loan and have a car and then keep paying EMIs. Here I am asking you to just take 100 rupees. You don't need to take loans. You can adjust and then start converting yourself into a healthy being. I hope I have answered the question. It's important. People have cobwebs in their mind because they are not analyzing properly. Because the first thing you say, oh, it's costly. And that's how we are reacting. And it is not necessary to react. That just sit, think for 2 minutes. This is the answer.
And also, I think each kg serves more people, more meals.
Yes.
The cost also comes down. Sir, someone who lost ability to smell, is there a remedy for it?
Yeah, most of the people who take antibiotics generally lose sense of smell and then sense of taste, and then many people are losing hearing, tinnitus, keep getting sounds and different things. It's all because we are doing something which we are not supposed to do. And they all came back. Actually, the kashayams that help a lot is the tangdi hu. I saw a lot of it in Bombay. The
Yes.
green and light yellow flowers. And then pongemia. And then, in fact, there is a small creeper called Tinospora. Amruta Balli it is called. Tinospora. These are wonderful kashayams that will start getting back to your loss of smell, loss of taste. And most of you are getting this into problem because you are all getting used to these antibiotics. The more antibiotics you use, the more troubles. And many people are using in a year 2 or 3 courses of this, and then actually it is very difficult for them to get back the loss of smell, loss of hearing. But you persist 2 to 3 years of this kashayams and this grace, you will get back your loss because it is naturally there. You have been making it completely disappearing by these chemicals and the way you are behaving. And sleep. Please make your rooms dark. Sleep well. In fact, if you sleep 6 to 7 hours daily, good sleep, deep sleep, many of your problems start falling in place. Because it is the internal immunity that is boosted when you have good sleep. And I personally believe many people are not sleeping well because we have lights all around. So please close your rooms with the dark curtains, because in cities to have darkness is unimaginable. You cannot, something or the other is light is falling on your eyes, body and things.